Hello everyone, I'm Nidhi Sekho. I teach art and write books on art theory. In this video, we shall be doing the MCQs on the last topic of term 1, that is Deccan School of Miniature Paintings. So let's begin. First question, which is the most common source of influence for Mughal and Deccan schools? Both these schools had foreign influences to some extent, and Deccan school was strongly influenced by Lepakshi murals. But the most common source of influence and strongest source was Persian miniatures. So A is our correct answer. Second question, which is not a Deccan sub-school? Hyderabad, Bijapur, Ahmednagar are all Deccan sub-schools. Garhwal is the odd one out here because it is a Pahadi sub-school. So our answer is D, Garhwal. Third question, which were the earlier influences on Deccan miniatures before Mughal influence became prominent? Now in this case, let's look at the map. Let's understand the geography first. This Deccan region was the region between Narmada river and Krishna river. This is a plateau of that place. In present day, if you want to see, it is a little bit of Maharashtra, Karnataka, Telangana and the adjoining areas. So the influences came from Malwa, that was part of Central School, and the Vijayanagar area where Lepakshi murals are very prominent. So Malwa and Lepakshi, that is C, is our correct answer. Moving on, the earliest 5 miniatures dated 1463 from Golconda were compiled in dash. A. Najum al-Ulum was an illustrated encyclopedia from Bijapur. B. Tarif-e-Hussain Shahi is praises of Sultan Hussain Nizam Shah I of Ahmednagar. The Deccani Ragmala has all Ragmala paintings, so we are left with C. Diwan of Hafiz. This is a collection of poems which also contains the earliest 5 miniatures from Golconda, so C is our answer. Next question, which two rulers portrayed in Mughal and Deccan School of Miniatures from the books which are prescribed for class 12th have a greenish nimbus halo around their heads? Now you have to recall the Mughal painting with the halo around the king. That was Marriage Procession of Dara Shikoh. And in Deccan School there is a painting of Sultan Abdullah Qutub Shah which also has a greenish nimbus or halo around his head. So B, Shah Jahan and Sultan Abdullah Qutub Shah is our correct answer. Further on, which of the following is not a characteristic feature of Deccan art? A, B, D. That is arabesque domes, which means the domes in Arabian style, golden sky, floral designs in the background are all seen in Deccan miniatures. C, thick red borders are part of Pahadi miniatures. They are not there in Deccan art. So C is our correct answer. Next one, which of the following did not influence Deccan art? Now A, Lepakshi frescoes, like I told you, they were great influence. Hampi is also from Vijayanagar. It is an important site of that period. B, Persian influence, and C, Ottoman Turkish influence also came in. Even Safavid from Turkish influence. This was all part of Deccan art. But D, Pahadi art never came. The influence of this art never came to Deccan art directly. So D is our correct answer. Next question, which of the following is the subject matter of the painting Hazrat Nizamuddin Aulia and Amir Khusro? In this painting you see two Sufi saints. One of them is playing a sitar kind of instrument, a stringed instrument, and the other one is listening to that instrument attentively. These are both Sufi people. So D, that is a Sufi saint listening to music being played by his disciple, is the correct answer. Now let's do a few true and false questions related to the painting Chand Bibi playing polo, that is Chaugan players from Deccan School. The first one, the ball is surrounded by all 6 polo sticks as the players are trying to grab the ball. This statement is true for Rajasthani Chaugan because in that painting there are 6 players. In this painting from Deccan School there are only 4 players. So this statement is false. Second one, distant landscape with buildings and blue sky are creating a sense of depth in the composition. Yes, this is true. You can see the whole landscape, the whole expanse. Far behind there are buildings, there are mounds and there is sky. So there is a lot of depth in the painting. So the statement is true. Third one, the faces of all women are in Ded Chasham. This is false. You already know this. As you can see, the faces are in Ek Chasham, that is only side profile, one eye is visible. So it is false. Now fourth one, the painting has symmetrical balance in the arrangement of horse riders, lake and landscape. Now symmetrical balance means if we draw a central line, the left and right are almost identical. This is now absolutely right. In this painting, if you draw a line, It is absolute symmetry. In fact, this is a very important characteristic feature of Deccan school and all. The paintings and everything in the composition is generally very symmetrical. So the answer is true. Now true or false questions from the second painting, that is Hazrat Nizamuddin Aulia and Amir Khusro. First, Hazrat Nizamuddin is playing a string instrument in the painting. You must know who is who. The person who is playing the instrument is Amir Khusro, not Hazrat Nizamuddin, so it is false. Second, the halo behind Hazrat's head is radiating triangular rays. As you can see, there are triangular rays outside the halo, so it is absolutely true. Third one, the compositional arrangement has informal balance. Now, informal balance means if you draw a central line, the left and right are balanced, but it is not absolute symmetry. In this case, you can see two figures, but the right figure is a little heavier and there is a tree on top of that figure. So it is all informal balance, so the statement is true. For more information on formal, informal and radial balance, you must know the principles of art. You can go and see the video done on principles of art. I have explained everything in that video. Now fourth, flower beds can be seen in the foreground as well as the background of the painting. Now this is true. As you can see, there are flower beds. But even if the image is not there, you must see the image properly before you appear for the exam. Now fifth one, small domes and architectural structures can also be seen in the background. As you can see, there are no domes, there are no architecture in the background, so the statement is false. Now next question is, identify the painting from the statement. Persian delicacy can be seen in the calligraphy on the border above and below the painting. Now for this, I am not including the image. I want you to imagine the images, all four given here. Since it is a Deccan school video, it is obvious it is C. Chand Bibi playing polo. In this painting, there is a border above and below the painting which has a lot of calligraphy in it and it has been written very beautifully, very delicately. So C is our correct answer. Next question, identify the painting from the statement. The fascination of artists for feminine beauty ideals has resulted in almost all faces looking identical. Now feminine beauty ideals are like oval face, bow-shaped eyebrows, lotus-shaped eyes. All these things they used to follow from literary texts as poets or writers would say. Now they all look identical, मतलब सारे एक जैसी लग रही हैं. In this case, the painting which goes with this statement is C. Chand Bibi playing polo, that is Chaugan players. In this, all horse riders, all women are looking quite identical because they are followed according to the feminine beauty ideals. So C is our correct answer. Moving on, the painting is a perfect example of dash balance as the tree and the figure on the right are informally balanced by the seated figure on the left. This we discussed in the painting of Hazrat Nizamuddin Aulia and Amir Khusro. There is asymmetrical balance in the painting. Please do see the video to understand what is symmetrical, asymmetrical and radial balance. Now match the tables. 1. Golconda is the sub-school of Chand Bibi playing polo. 2. Chand Bibi playing polo has silvery grey lotus lake with white aquatic birds in the foreground. You can see this lake when you see the image. 3rd, Hyderabad is a sub-school of Hazrat Nizamuddin Aulia and Amir Khusro. 4. Hazrat Nizamuddin Aulia and Amir Khusro has the subject of Sufi exchange. So 4th one, that is 1D, 2C, 3A and 4B is our correct answer. Now a few assertion and reasoning questions from Deccan School. Assertion statement says Rajasthani Chaugan players has radial balance with ball as the center. This is absolutely true. Radial balance is there when there is a circular formation and your attention goes either from the center to outwards or from outwards to the center. Now in this case you do see the radial balance, so A is true. Now reasoning statement says Deccani Chaugan players has formal balance as the right and left sides of the paintings are similar and symmetrical. This we did, so R is also true, but they are not related because these are two different paintings. So second one, that is both A and R are true, but R is not the correct explanation of A is our correct answer. Next one, assertion says later part of the Deccan miniatures has strong Mughal influence. This is right. Now reason is because several Mughal painters migrated to Deccan during the period of Aurangzeb. This actually happened here because earlier there was influence of Lepakshi and Malwa region, but later these got the Mughal influence because after Aurangzeb, the Mughal paintings there could not develop much and the artists moved to Deccan and Pahadi. So First one, that is both A and R are true and R is the correct explanation of A is our correct answer. Further on, A assertion says the miniature Chand Bibi playing polo with her companions is from Hyderabad sub-school. Now look closely. This painting is not from Hyderabad, the painting is from Golconda. So A is not right. R says this painting provides clues to the liberal lifestyle of the royal women of Deccan region. Yes, it does feel good to see these women playing polo because this is a great example of liberal lifestyle from our history. So, fourth one, that is A is false but R is true, is our correct answer. Now, like all videos, I am including a few bullets that will help you further with MCQs and help you revise also the topic of Deccan school. First is patrons, which were the rulers. First is Ahmednagar, Hussain Nizam Shah I, Bijapur, Ali Adil Shah I and his successor Ibrahim II. Then Sultan Abdullah Qutub Shah. Then GK question, Chand Bibi was the wife of Ali Adil Shah I, the Sultan of Bijapur. She is an important female icon from our history. Then Golconda, Muhammad Qutub Shah. Then name the main centers of Deccan school. They were Ahmednagar, Bijapur, Golconda and Hyderabad. Which is the earliest example of Deccani painting? The answer is a volume of poems celebrating the reign of Hussain Nizam Shah I of Ahmednagar. You remember Tarife Hussain Shahi? It is the one we are talking about here. Then which ruler patron wrote Norasnama? The answer is Ibrahim II of Bijapur. It feels like we are preparing for KBC or some history paper, but now we can't help it because there are 30 questions going to be on MCQs and CBSE has not left us with much choice. Then next one, name the illustrated encyclopedia from Bijapur. The answer is Nujum al-Ulum, dated 1570 with 876 miniatures depicting weapons, utensils and constellations among other things. Now I am including a small video clip from my previous video which will tell you more on sub-schools, geography and timelines. This I did in Pal School, Jain School and introductory part of all miniature schools. To see the video you can go to the link given in description. So here it is. Let's just try and understand the geographical location and timelines. First comes this Pal School, or what we call Eastern School. The main centers of this school was Vikramshila and Nalanda, where there were Buddhist monasteries. So the themes were all based upon Buddhist religion. The timeline comes to 750 AD to the middle of 12th century. The paintings were made on palm leaves. They are called palm leaf manuscripts. And when Muslim invaders came in, this school somehow ended and Buddhism also shifted to Nepal and Tibet. Then look at the left, there is a school called Jain School or Western School. It was based upon Jain religion and paintings were also made on palm leaf manuscripts, that is paintings as well as writing. Then the timeline of the school is 10th to middle of 15th century and areas were Gujarat, Rajasthan and few parts of central India. Then in introductory part, there is this area of central India where art also developed in areas of Mandu and Malwa. In Mandu, we see the palm leaf manuscripts of Jain religion. Then in 15th century, there was a period of Sultanate period where there were paintings made on Nimmatnama and Chaur Panchika style. Then in 17th and 18th century, we also see the miniature paintings done in Malwa region. After Pal School, Jain School and schools of central India, we come to Rajasthani area. Time period is broadly late 16th to early 19th century and the main regions are Mewar, Jodhpur, Bikaner, Jaipur, Amber, etc. Now this was the time when Mughals had already entered India and they were very strong power in Delhi, Agra and Fatehpur Sikri. With them they had brought Persian influence. Now with marriage diplomacy or through wars, that is by marrying these Rajput princesses, or through wars they started overpowering Rajasthan. And through this art also started influencing the Rajasthani area. Then we come down to Deccan. This is the Sultanate area. The time period comes to 16th century onwards and the main regions were Bijapur, Ahmednagar, Golconda and Hyderabad. This area was ruled by Nizams at that time. Then we move to the top, which is the Pahadi region. The timeline comes to broadly 17th to 19th century AD and the areas that we do are Basoli, Chamba, Kangra, Mandi. All these are Pahadi states. This was the time when Punjab, Haryana, Himachal, they were all combined. Even the hills were called Punjab Hills. This, the Kangra school specially, is known to be the best in all miniatures, and this school developed independently on its own for a very long time because Rajasthani and Mughal influence came here very late after Aurangzeb. When art could not progress in those areas, artists moved to Pahadi region. So Pahadi school developed on its own for a longer time than the rest of them. That's it for now. The MCQ booklets for classes 10th and 12th are both available now. If there are any freelance artists watching the video, you can write to me for artist statements or any kind of art write-ups for applications or brochures. These are the videos which I have already made in Hindi as well as English. The links are given in description. So thank you very much. Best wishes to you and goodbye.